What's up, everybody? Today I'm going to be installing some electrodynamic SS3 fog lights on my 2014 Focus ST. I just wanted to give a quick rundown. I think all the tools available or needed for this is going to be flathead screwdriver for the push pin clips, T30 torque bit to take off the undercarriage shield, and me personally, I got some replacement fog light covers because if you all know, the clips on these things are absolutely atrocious to get off, and I didn't feel like ravaging my bumper from behind. I already tried doing it before and I just stopped doing it because it was just tearing up my bumper. But these are what they look like. I bought these right from their website. It's actually for a, I think, 2009 to 2012 Ford Focus, but they should be exactly the same as the Fiesta ST fog lights. Originally, I thought that the bezel was going to be the circular one, which the Fiesta ST ones have, and it said that on their website, but it came out as an octagonal one, and I was kind of concerned because I thought there might be some gaps along the outside of it. And I talked to Diode Dynamics about that, and they sent me out some new circular front bezels, but there must have been some miscommunication because they ended up sending me out some petri dish looking things. But that's okay, because once I got these new fog light covers on, I realized that the gap is going to be completely covered, so these are going to work out just fine. So we're going to see how it goes. Right now I'm just going to put my car on some ramps and I'll be back. Alright, so I ended up taking off both the engine splash shield and the front bumper splash shield. If you guys have never done that before, for the engine splash shield, I don't know how well you guys can see, but there's going to be 6 T30 Torx bit screws that are holding that on. There's 3 in the rear, one here, and one here, and then 3 up in the front. There's a bunch up here, but there's going to be 3 that are going to be holding that on. And after that, you can just kind of like push it forward and it'll come right off. And then for the front bumper splash shield, there is 2, 3, 4, 7 T30 Torx bits holding that on, as well as these annoying little plastic push pin covers. They're not too bad. You just need a flathead screwdriver and you kind of just wiggle it in between here. There's a little slot where you can get a flathead in between there. You pull that out and then you'll be able to just pull this whole entire pin right off, and then you'll be good to go. And then that splash guard will come out, and then you'll be able to access, hang on, let me get a light. You'll be able to access these annoying clips that Ford designed to go on very easily but come off very difficultly. As you can see, I tried getting the one off and I started tearing up my bumper and I didn't feel like tearing it up, so I just went on eBay, ordered some new fog light covers. So what I'm going to end up doing here is just literally clipping off these clips with some wire snips and then ripping the whole thing off and just tossing those. These stock ones, you know, they've been on the car for the past 90,000 miles and they've been really messed up, or they've seen better days. I also damaged them with some lacquer thinner when I was clearing off the some goop on the stock fog lights when I had some vinyl like cover, yellow covering on them, and then it ended up just becoming a mess, so I took them off. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to remove the horns to get better access to this. That's just going to be one M10 bolt up there, and that whole bracket will come down, so that's going to be easy. So I'll be back. All right, horns are off, so now I'm gonna go ahead and snip off those stock clips on this fog light bezel. Try to get the camera in a spot where you guys can somewhat see what I'm doing. I don't know. I'm new to this. I don't really make videos like this. So if you can't get it off, just cut it off. As you can see, I kind of messed these up a little bit with some lacquer thinner when I was wiping off my fog lights originally, so I'm just replacing these. I just went on eBay, got some cheapo ones, and they look alright. I mean, you get what you pay for. They actually do look pretty darn nice. The only thing that I noticed is the clips kind of are a little less quality. And one thing I did notice is on, I believe, the left-hand side, the tool that they have, they must have some damage on the grain part of the cavity side. If you're a mold maker, you'll know what I'm talking about, but you might be able to see, you know, the grain. And then there's a couple of blemishes. So there's some damage to that cavity surface of the mold, but these were only 35 bucks for both the right hand and left side pair, so I'm not really gonna care too much about it. No one's really gonna notice that, so we'll see how that goes. Since these clips are very one-way, what I'm gonna do is after I install these fog lights, I'm going to check the level of them and get them all set before, you know, I officially pop this back on, because once these are on, I do not want to have to take them off or wait 2 weeks to buy some new ones if I ever have to cut these bad boys off again. So we'll see. And I think the only things holding this stock unit on is, I believe, oh, these are smaller. It's probably like a T25 or a T27. So let's find out right now. Here's a 27. Nope, it's even smaller. Probably a T25. Yep, it's a 25. So I'm gonna go ahead and take these off. I don't think I unplugged these, so I'm gonna go ahead and unplug those and take these out, and we'll go from there. Alright guys, so the stock units are out. Didn't take too long, probably about like 5 to 10 minutes. Once I, oops, that's the new one. Once I cut off those clips, they kind of just pulled right out. Just gotta be a little bit careful. There's like a retaining clip on the far end of it. You just kind of gotta, when you pull away from it, wiggle a little bit, it'll pop right out. So those will be going in the bin, and these will be going on afterwards. So let's get these set up. So comes with the 2 full units, and then in the other box is the mounting brackets and the wiring harnesses, if I'm not mistaken. Yep. So these guys, I believe, just gotta make sure you got yourself right side up, I believe. Yeah. There's the logo right there, the Diode Dynamics logo. Just make sure that's right side up when you put it on your vehicle. So I believe the actual plug is going to be on the bottom side. Yeah. So I think there is, yeah. A couple nuts that you go ahead and you drop into these slots. Then you put the bracket in place, and then you screw it down. And I am just going to screw them down completely straight on both of them and install them on the car. And then what I'll do afterwards is I will test it, you know, along this bay door here, just to make sure that they're both, you know, have an even cutoff line. So we'll go from there. If you guys are wondering, it is an M4 Allen key that fits these screws on the Diode Dynamics kit. Alright, so I have the brackets installed. So it was just literally dropping those nuts into the slot, the right size that you don't need to, you know, hold on to it. It kind of self-contains itself when you go ahead and thread the screw in there. And they're nylock nuts, so that's pretty nice, so it shouldn't back out. The only thing that I did is I made sure I pulled the bracket as far back as possible, so that way it'll minimize or eliminate any possible gap between the front of the fog light and the actual fog light, you know, bezel on the vehicle. We'll see how it goes. There's probably going to be a little bit of a gap. Diode Dynamics kind of said that that is a possibility, so that shouldn't be a big deal, but I'm going to go ahead and put these on the car now, and we'll go from there. About you guys, but these are looking pretty darn good. I'm gonna start hooking everything up, do a quick little alignment check, see how they're looking when they're on, make sure they work, and go from there. I almost forgot to mention, these are the brackets, or I'm sorry, the adapters that come with the fog lights. So this side right here clips into the back of the actual fog light itself, and then this end is like the factory harness, like on the back of the stock lights. So it'll plug right into the factory line, no problem, plug and play, baby. And there they are, working great. I had them both plugged in the wrong way. You'll see on the adapter there's a positive and a negative. You just got to make sure that you do that correctly. On the stock wiring harness, the solid brown wire is the positive. So just make sure you have that aligned when you clip those in, and you'll be good. Have the car turned around in the shop, just testing out the alignment with them straight ahead. Just threw them in the car, and to me it looks like they are perfectly lined up. So I am going to go ahead and button everything up. I'll go ahead and turn the car back around, get it back up on the ramps, and then finish installing those front fog light bezels to see how they fit with those new units in, as well as put all the splash shields back on. So I'll be back. Got her back on the ramps, and I'm going to put those fog light covers on. We'll see how it looks. So these eBay covers actually fit really nice, and I am glad that I took those bezels, the adapter on the back of these fog lights, and I pulled them all the way back before I tightened them down, and that actually eliminated any gap between this fog light cover on the ST and the actual fog light itself. And even though these fog lights themselves are octagonal in shape, there is absolutely no gap in them. Everything's covered. They look really good. I'm happy with it. So yeah, that is how you install some Diode Dynamic, the SS3 Stage Series LED fog lights on a pre-facelift Focus ST, so the 2013 and 2014 models. Hope you guys enjoyed. If you have any questions, let me know. And until next time, thanks.